Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7. Trying for it with Penix. That one's complete to London. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Penix working from the gun. Throw wheeled in by London. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And they're going to have a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
All right, set now. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Going right side, Robinson with it. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Desperados start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed will put 6 on the board for the offense.
That one splits the uprights. And the Desperados chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. He's going to field this at the 2. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blown back, it's the handoff. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Throwing on 2nd and 11. Has him on the quick hitter. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Following the flag, it's 3rd and 7. They'll try and throw it here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Pass play now. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
2nd and 10 now. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll throw it. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
He'll throw it yet again. Brought in right side by Moore. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
That's completed out to the right. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Running back, motioning right. Throwing from the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's a throw. Short pass brought in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? Now on comes the Wizard of Oz, Chris Boswell for the field goal. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. Dicker connects there. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running left is Robinson. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another carry for Robinson. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Play stopped by Damone Clark.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Into the hands of Pitts. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And that'll be a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they'll get this down to the 23-yard line before they stop him. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 2nd and 3 now. From the 23. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Gronk, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the shotgun, Penix. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. the red zone now. And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Desperados make it a one-score game before halftime. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. You sure did.
That one right down the middle. And the Desperados cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's got it deep downfield. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders will add to their lead at the end of the half. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders make it a 10-point ball game. Now Boswell on to send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. And they're going to get up to it and spike it. That's going to stop the clock. One last play before the break. Looking to throw. He beams one deep right side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now, off play action. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On first down, they'll run. And he's able to work this down to the 41.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They give it to him again. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They go play action on first. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. Now a give on the counter. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
That's caught for the first. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders grow the lead coming out of halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders take a 3-possession lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, here's Ray McLeod. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. They're set up at the 35 now.
Let's go.
They'll run it with Bijan. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers. So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Back to the well again. And they bring him down around the 34. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Now, after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Second down now, 7 to go. Running this one left. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Now on comes the Wizard of Oz, Chris Boswell, for the field goal. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. Dicker connects there. And that extends the lead to 20.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds his man. It's Demario Douglas. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it sets up first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Penix now on first down. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he can't hang on to it in the end zone. Not an interception, only an incompletion. So they get it back. Second down coming up. Play action. Here's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut my losses and avoid such a negative play. I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Trying for it with Penix. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They're going play action. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Give now to the running back. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Going to the ground again on first. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. So we're through 3 here. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
Another carry for him. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on third down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
3rd and just 2 to go. Pass play coming here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And their lead stays halted at 20.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week specifically because of that miss.
Motioning the tight end now. On 1st down, here's Penix. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll give them a 1st down. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Emmanuel Forbes makes the play.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
They'll run here on 1st down. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. He's dropping back to throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
Let's go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, it's Robinson. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
You know, when I backed up Peyton Manning for a couple years, he loved to know a team's tendencies, and then he wanted to bust them. And that's exactly what that play just did. Got some nice yardage, and it wouldn't be surprising to see that call used again in a similar spot.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's the one back on the handoff. And He's tackled with a first down yardage.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. We reach the 2-minute warning from Orlando. Commanders getting closer to their 10th win of the season. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Back gets the handoff. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back. And this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect a timeout coming any moment now.
4th down now. Another kneel would stop the clock and turn it over. Let's see what they do here. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Throwing from near his own goal line. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. And now they face 2nd down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Works the sideline to the 30. There he goes on the right side. Into the red zone. And that is a touchdown. The Desperados get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Coup on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Desperados drop the lead back to 13. Well, time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders. That should just about lock up the win.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And with this being their 5th consecutive victory, Brock, it's easy to argue they've been the best team in football over the last month. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders as we say so long from Orlando. From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Not a lot of undefeated clubs left after 3 weeks, and we're going to have one fewer in a little bit. We're off in a battle of 3-0 teams. He stopped on the return at the 27. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. On the target to Worthy. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. Reaches the 30. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 6-0 lead right away. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
21.
Right to the air is Herbert. And his first pass falls incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Set. Go.
Straight ahead with Taylor. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
On 3rd down, Herbert finds him over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Mahomes. Called in by Worthy. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st down, ball at the 36. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He has the 1st over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. A give right side. Here's Pacheco. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, now the best of them take advantage of it.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Right back to Pacheco. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
On the give, it's Lloyd. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They go play action. It's Mahomes. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs pull that in front further. 13-zip. Patrick Mahomes, the touchdown. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Play action now for Herbert. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because he nailed that one.
Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he found some running room for a nice gain. They get 7 on the run, but still 3rd and 13 to go.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Herbert from the gun. This one falls incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 4th and long.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He has it at the 13. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. A nice 15-yard pickup on the return. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Stopped by Deion Henley. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Play action, Mahomes. Flushed out of the pocket. Finds his man, it's Worthy. Now he's past the 25. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a 20-zip lead. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs push their lead to 21-zip already. Reed now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, first and 10.
Set. Set.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards, second down coming up.
Taking a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't go backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. I've had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again, following the sack. Has it downfield, working the left. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
First and 10, Herbert. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Fred McDuffie in to pick it off. And the Chiefs will take over as he records his first interception of our season. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. The Chiefs in control so far. We're back to SoFi right after this. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They've got first and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Hauled in by Rice. They gain 14 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
Still on the move, coming to the line for first and 10. It's Pacheco again. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Leonard Williams applying the hit there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Second down run by Pacheco. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on third down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Kansas City. Kerr to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs grow their lead yet again. Reed now to kick this one away. Returnable from the 2. Big lick from the coverage team there. And that's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Go.
Taylor gets it to begin the drive. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Justin Reed with the tackle. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Completed over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Ready.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Ray. What is it?
Here's Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down at the 30. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set.
Herbert now. Complete out to the right side. And he takes this down to the 10 before hitting the sideline. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Set.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Hey, this is OP. Set.
Herbert to throw once more. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Nick Bolton has it. And the Chiefs take over as he records his 10th career INT. Well, Brock, they get an early opportunity here inside the red zone, but nothing comes of it after that interception.
Yeah, no question, Kate. You expect that this won't be their last chance or the last time they get in the red zone. This will, or at least should, be the last chance that it ends in a pick. They're going to take that Microsoft Surface tablet. Everybody is. They're going to pull that play up, and most importantly, going to try to identify what happened so it doesn't happen again.
He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. To the air, Mahomes. He's on the move. To the sideline and brought in by Worthy. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. That one's out and cut on the right side. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Yellow.
Back to throw, Mahomes. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. A 1st down carry for Pacheco. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 now. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So it'll be 3rd down.
Yellow. Hey, 43.
Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he'll make the stop after a small push to the 34. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're 1st. So on 4th down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
The wind was at his sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, Kappa.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Finds him on the crossing route. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers chop some of the lead off before the half. Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Chargers get it back to a full 3 possessions now, 24 points. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Off play action, it's Mahomes. Catch is made down the right sideline. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
He's got a man left. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. Ball at the 33 for first down. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Rolling out to his left. Ooh, look at this, here he goes. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
From the 29. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
It's Pacheco on third. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. So on fourth down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. It's 45 yards he'll try to connect from. Up and good from Blankenship. And that grows the lead to 27.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And no return here, and this is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
Hey, go lion. Let's go.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
5-9. Home troops right. Go.
Looking to throw. Looking left, throwing deep. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Chiefs watch as the return goes out of bounds, bringing us to the end of our first half. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Reed now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, ram.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Finds his man over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Ready.
1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Fits it through the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Herbert on 1st down. Has it downfield, working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He picks up 28 on the play. And now they have a 1st and goal.
380. Run. Set. Wide it up.
From the gun, Taylor. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
The throw is caught. Touchdown, LA! Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
That one right down the middle. And the Chargers still have a lot of work to do, Brock. It's a 20-point difference now. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Return coming from the 6. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return.
These guys are flying down the field. Reminds me of the guys in Braveheart. But different than Braveheart, these guys got 2 things on their mind. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, try to separate the ball if they can. It's rare that it happens, but boy, is it big when it does.
Hey, go lion. Set.
Herbert now off the play fake. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't connect with Ladd McConkey. And now it's 2nd down.
Set. 59. Hey, Ray.
Back to the air, Herbert. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Nick Bolton has it. And the Chiefs take over once again after forcing his 4th interception of the night.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Yellow.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. And someone stepped in, it's intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. And the Chargers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these 2 defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
1st and 10, Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
5-9. Set.
Taylor now up the middle. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. So from the 3, here's second and goal.
Ready.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Trying to chip away at that lead, but just not able to figure it out there to take another 2 points off.
Yeah, every one of these calls at this juncture of the game tells a story. And right now, that story being told is this crew is feeling the pressure trying to chip away at those points. Maybe a little over-aggressive, as now they're still down big.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Back to Pacheco here on 2nd. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Across midfield to the 45. Down the sideline into the red zone. The score, it's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs make it a 3-possession game. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs stretch their lead to 21. Reed now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
21. Hey, ram. Why did they...
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He's trying to push the field. And they pick him off again. Picked off by Jalen Watson.
I don't know how many you could have next to you, Kate, that have been in this spot before, okay? I have thrown 5 interceptions in the game, and happened to be our rivalry game back in college. It was one of the most humbling, horrific experiences of my life. Please, Coach, take this player out. We do not need to see another interception added to his ledger.
Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
On the draw, it's Pacheco. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Stopped by Dayon Henley. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
Pacheco hauls it in. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, two-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the third. It's Chiefs football, and they've got to feel pretty good about this score entering the fourth. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Running it after the penalty. And he's charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards. All right, here we go. Second down. They go play action. It's Mahomes. Buying some time right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10. Running left with Lloyd. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did. This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is. But after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
Short pass brought in. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Up and good from Blankenship. And the advantage now sits at 24.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. First and 10.
Set.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds a seam down the middle. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers putting up points in a game decided. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
And he makes the catch, so hope not entirely extinguished just yet. Still a little glimmer remaining as that makes it a 2-score game here late. Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. Well, the Chargers are reporting they're excited, and yes, they've got it. Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore, but he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. A give right side. Here's Pacheco. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked up Cam Hart. And he makes the Mets go. It's a touchdown on the pick six. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
It's caught, but he's not going to get to the end zone, and thus they can't trim this to a one-score game. They recognize the situation they're in now. After that score, they're going to try to get it right back. And the Chiefs cover up the kick. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Right back to Pacheco. A lot of grass ahead. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. It's Pacheco again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Play action, Mahomes. He brings it in. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. They'll run, Pacheco. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs take a 3-possession lead. Reed now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, Kappa. Go.
Herbert from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long.
Go. Let's go, let's go. Crowd right.
Another try following the sack. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with third down.
Ready.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Yeah, this defense is seeing a vulnerable offense right now, an offense that can't protect itself. First and foremost, before you do anything else, you got to make sure you account for everybody. And right now, this defender, well, he's taking this game over.
And they get to him and hold him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. So score this a win for the Chiefs. And their start to the season not cooling off by any means as they move to 4-0 on the year. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.